You ever try to quit a bad habit and feel like the universe itself is conspiring to drag your dirty ass right back into it? Like you wake up one day fully fucking committed that this is it. No more late night junk food. No more doom scrolling. No more toxic X that I keep running back to like a dumbass. And then before you know it, you're there 3 hours deep into a YouTube rabbit hole, eating chips straight from the bag, texting your ex, hey, you up? It's like some invisible force is puppeteering your every move, keeping you trapped in this same cycle over and over. And you know why? Because it is. There is an invisible force. It's called your subconscious mind, and it's playing you like a damn fiddle. You think you're making choices? No, buddy. Your choices were made years ago before you even had a chance to know what the hell was happening to you. You see, your habits, they aren't just random behaviors. They are deeply ingrained survival mechanisms built over decades of conditioning. Your brain isn't keeping you stuck because it hates you. It's keeping you stuck because it thinks it's keeping you safe. And that programming, it didn't start last week. It started the moment you came into this world. From birth, your little baby brain was like a sponge soaking up everything. Every tone of voice, every facial expression, every moment of connection or neglect. And because you were too young to make sense of anything logically, you built an internal narrative based on that feeling, not based on fact. If your caregivers, if they were inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, or just outright neglectful, or even abusive, you didn't think, oh, my parents, they're just dealing with their own unresolved issues. No, you thought, something's wrong with me. You didn't get the love, the attention, or the validation that you needed, so your brain had to fill in the blanks. And because the human mind would rather have a painful answer than no answer at all, you settled on the one that made the most sense at the time. I am not enough. I don't deserve love. I have to work for approval. I have to keep people happy so they don't leave me. And there it is. Your first and most powerful program. This foundational belief didn't just sit there collecting dust, okay? It became the filter through which you saw everything. Every experience, every relationship, every challenge. It all got twisted and shaped to reinforce that original story. You weren't forming beliefs based on reality. You were twisting reality to confirm the beliefs that you already had. And from that foundation, habits were born. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, not because your brain is a pattern recognizing machine. Its number one job is to make sure your internal world stays consistent for safety, even if that means keeping you trapped in cycles of pain. Think about this. If you grew up believing I'm not enough, then what kind of habits do you think you're going to develop? Probably the ones that prove that belief to be true. Procrastination, perfectionism, addiction, avoidance, people-pleasing. Every self-sabotaging behavior you can't seem to shake exists for a reason. Your brain is trying to protect you from the pain of challenging that old familiar narrative. Because here is the GD brutal truth. Your habits aren't random. They are solutions to problems that you haven't fully acknowledged yet. If you're addicted to numbing out, whether it's food, social media, porn, alcohol, it's not because you lack willpower. It's because deep down, there's a part of you afraid to feel. Because feeling means facing. Facing means acknowledging. And acknowledging means you might have to rewrite a story. And that is terrifying as hell because even if your story is painful, at least it's familiar. You know what to expect. And your brain hates the unknown more than it hates suffering. So it will fight like hell to keep you stuck. That's why breaking a habit feels so damn impossible. Because you're not just trying to change a behavior, you're trying to rewrite an identity. You're trying to kill off an entire version of yourself, and your subconscious sees that as a threat to survival. It's going to resist. It will rationalize. It will pull every dirty trick in the book to drag you back to your old ways. And the worst part here, it's sneaky as hell. It won't just scream, no, don't change. It'll whisper seductive little lies. Just one more time. It's not going to hurt. You can start tomorrow. You're too tired today. You deserve a break. And because it's coming from inside your own damn head, you're going to believe it. Hook, line, and sinker. Here's the good news though. Just like your brain was programmed, it can be reprogrammed. But, and this is a big but, it's not going to happen by willpower alone. You can't just try harder. You can't just slap a new habit on top of old programming and expect it to stick. That's like trying to build a mansion on top of a cracked foundation. The cracks are always going to be there. You have to go deep. You have to expose the root. You have to change the original belief. Ask yourself, what story is this habit protecting? If you keep running back to toxic relationships, is it because deep down you believe you don't deserve any better? If you can't stop procrastinating, is it because you secretly believe that your success doesn't matter? If you numb out with distractions, is it because sitting with yourself feels unbearable? Behavior is not the problem. The belief underneath it all is. And once you find it, you have to destroy it. Not negotiate with it, not bargain with it. Burn it to the fucking ground. You do that by proving it wrong. If your core belief is, I'm not enough, then you have to act as if you are. Not in some fake woo-woo way, but in real tangible action. Show up for yourself in ways that contradict the old story. Make choices that align with the person you want to become, not the person you've always been. It will feel unnatural at first. Of course it will. Your brain has been playing the same damn record for decades, and now you're trying to switch the track. Expect some resistance. Expect some discomfort. Expect your subconscious to throw a full-blown tantrum like a toddler being denied candy. Because guess what? That's a sign you're doing it right. Because change doesn't happen when things feel easy. It happens when things feel hard. And then you do it anyway. So if you're stuck in a habit loop, understand this. You're not as broken as you think you are. You are not weak. You are simply running an old program that was never meant to serve the person you're trying to become. And now it's time for a full-blown fucking upgrade. Not by fighting yourself, not by just understanding yourself, but by digging into the roots and rewriting the script and showing up for yourself in a way no one ever did for you when you were a kid. If you want to break a habit, stop focusing on the habit. Focus on who you believe you are. Because that is what will determine every choice you make from this moment forward. And if you're ready to start reprogramming that old, outdated version of yourself, click on that link in the description and let's talk. No more excuses, no more waiting. Your future self is already waiting for you. And the question is, are you ready to meet them? Let's go.